For those of us who like living dangerously, this one's for you.
The lights drop, the crowd roars, and then silence. For a split second, the entire arena holds its breath, waiting for anything. And then he appears, not just as a performer, but as a moment in history. Because when Michael Jackson stepped on stage, you weren't just watching a concert. You were witnessing something that would be talked about for decades. These weren't just performances. These were shocks to the system. Moments so powerful, so unexpected, that fans screamed, fainted, and sometimes just stood frozen, trying to process what they had just seen. And the craziest part? Every single one of these moments actually happened. No exaggeration, no myth, just pure, verified history. The first moment takes us back to 1983, during the Motown 25 television special. Michael was already a star, but no one was ready for what happened next. As the beat of Billie Jean kicked in, he stepped forward in that black sequin jacket and single white glove. And then it happened. The Moonwalk. A move so smooth it looked unreal, like he was gliding across the stage instead of walking. The audience erupted instantly. This wasn't just a dance step, it was a cultural reset. Overnight, the Moonwalk became one of the most iconic dance moves in history, and Michael Jackson was no longer just a pop star. He was something entirely different. Fast forward to 1984 at the Grammy Awards. Michael didn't just attend, he dominated. Winning a record-breaking 8 Grammys in one night, he shocked the industry simply by existing at that level. But what made this moment stand out wasn't just the awards, it was his presence. Quiet, composed, almost otherworldly, as he walked back and forth, accepting trophies. It was a different kind of shock. Not loud, not explosive, but undeniable. The world realized they were watching the biggest entertainer on the planet. Then came the Victory Tour in 1984, where Michael performed alongside his brothers. While the Jacksons were legendary, it became instantly clear who the crowd had come to see. At every stop, the moment Michael appeared, fans would scream so loudly that the music itself could barely be heard. Reports from multiple shows confirmed fans fainting, paramedics being called, and security struggling to maintain control. It wasn't hype, it was documented reality. His mere presence created chaos in the best possible way. In 1987, during the Bad World Tour, Michael took things to another level. This was his first solo world tour, and the scale was unlike anything seen before. At Wembley Stadium in London, he performed in front of over 72,000 people, and even had members of the British royal family in attendance. But what shocked everyone wasn't just the size of the crowd. It was the precision. Every move, every beat, every pause was executed with almost supernatural perfection. Critics and fans alike were stunned by how someone could perform at that level night after night. One of the most unforgettable shocks came in 1993 at the Super Bowl halftime show. Before Michael Jackson, halftime shows were not the global spectacles they are today. That changed instantly. He stood completely still on stage for nearly 2 full minutes. No singing, no dancing, just standing. And the crowd lost their minds. That level of control, that ability to command attention without doing anything at all, was unheard of. Then, when he finally moved, the performance exploded into life. It redefined what a halftime show could be, and every Super Bowl since has followed that blueprint. That same year, during the Dangerous World Tour, Michael introduced some of the most elaborate stage productions ever seen. From massive statues to explosive pyrotechnics, every concert felt like a movie. But one moment that truly shocked fans was his use of the anti-gravity lean during Smooth Criminal. Leaning forward at an impossible angle without falling seemed physically unreal. While later revealed to involve special footwear and stage design, at the time, it looked like magic. Fans genuinely believed they were watching something beyond human capability. In 1995, at the MTV Video Music Awards, Michael delivered a performance that blended multiple hits into one continuous routine. It wasn't just a medley, it was a masterclass. What shocked viewers most was the stamina. Non-stop dancing, sharp transitions, and flawless timing for over 15 minutes straight. Even seasoned performers struggle with that level of endurance. But Michael made it look effortless, as if the laws of fatigue didn't apply to him. Then there was the History World Tour in 1996 and 1997, where Michael performed in front of millions across the globe. In countries where Western artists rarely performed, his arrival caused unprecedented scenes. In places like Prague and Seoul, fans camped out for days just to catch a glimpse. During concerts, the emotional intensity reached extreme levels. Crying, screaming, collapsing. It became a pattern. Medical teams were often on standby because the reaction wasn't just excitement. It was overwhelming emotion on a massive scale. Another shocking moment came during his 30th anniversary celebration concerts in 2001 at Madison Square Garden. These shows brought together some of the biggest names in music, but when Michael took the stage, everything else faded. One of the most talked about moments was his reunion performance with the Jackson 5. Fans who had waited decades to see this lineup again were visibly emotional. It wasn't just nostalgia, it was history coming full circle in real time. Finally, even in his later appearances, Michael retained that ability to shock. During rehearsals for the planned This Is It concerts in 2009, footage later released showed that despite years away from touring, his precision and energy were still intact. Dancers and crew members reportedly struggled to keep up with him. These weren't public performances, but when the world saw the footage, the reaction was the same: disbelief. How could someone maintain that level of excellence after everything? What made all these moments so powerful wasn't just the spectacle. It was the consistency. Over decades, across different stages, different countries, and different eras, Michael Jackson repeatedly delivered performances that felt impossible. There are great performers, and then there are once-in-a-generation artists. But even that doesn't fully describe what he was. Because shocking the world once is impressive, doing it again and again in completely different ways is something else entirely. And maybe that's why even today, years after his last performance, those moments still feel alive. People still watch them, still react, still feel that same energy. Because what Michael Jackson did on stage wasn't just entertainment. It was something closer to a phenomenon. Something that didn't just happen. It stayed with you. And the truth is, we may never see anything like it again.